I have the audience light, please? Because without them, I feel like I'm talking to myself. So, yes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Very much honored and privileged. I know my supporters are on that side. Thank you for the whistle. So, very, very honored and privileged to be talking on this beautiful stage of Aura Speaks. A big thank you to the team for having me here. So, today I stand in front of you to discuss a topic that is deeply personal and both universal, and that's love. Can I have a shout out for this word? Awesome. And now, with the raise of hand, please tell me how many of you are in love? I see one, two, okay. And this is something that we need to work on, and that's what I'm about to speak about. So, when I asked, are you in love? What is the first thing that crossed your mind? You probably thought I could be asking whether you have a husband or a wife or a boyfriend, girlfriend, right? So, for majority of the people, love is considered as either having a partner or having a feeling towards a boy or a girl, or now that we are becoming more broad minded, it could be a feeling between two lesbians or gays or people with any other sexual orientation. So, feeling, right? That's the word I used. Of course, love is a feeling that has the power to uplift us, to keep us alive, to keep us going, and it can bring us immense amount of joy. But let us also not forget the fact that it can even break us, it can leave us feeling lost and shattered. Let me just put it another question. How many of you feel that there is an end to love? And before you answer, let me tell you that I totally agree to the point that there is no end to the true love, right? So, for in context of whatever I'm discussing today, let's assume that we have two endings, okay? One, let's call a happy ending, the one which goes on and on and on, and the other one, let's call a bad or sad ending, and that we often term it as. Am I audible? Yeah. Breakups, right? I think after Narendra Modi, artificial intelligence, this is a most common word that we get to hear, right? But what if I tell you that breakup doesn't lies in relationship with others, but it lies in relationship with oneself, right? You know, love begins with the important relationship of all, the one which we have within ourselves. The way how we view and treat ourselves, it sets the tone on how we interact with the world around us. If we are unable to love and accept ourselves, then it becomes truly challenging to love and accept others. Now let's do a small activity. I'm just trying to keep all of you engaged. I came with all my properties. Huh? So I have this 500 rupees note with me. With a raise of hand, please tell me how many of you want this. I'm going to pick only one. Yeah, I see many of my friends want that. Now let me just do this. And now how many of you want this? You all still want it. That's nice. And now let me just crumple this up. Now how many of you want this? You all still want it. Of course, I'm not going to give to anybody. This was just an activity. But the message out of this activity was very simple. No matter what I did to the money, you all still wanted it. You all went in favor of my offer despite of everything that I did to this. And same is the self-love. You know, we need to accept ourselves. We need to love ourselves beyond our failures and pains. Let us stop saying that I'm a loser, I'm not beautiful, I'm ugly, I'm a nerd. No. Instead, try to replace. You start saying, I'm capable, I'm beautiful, I can do this, my life is wonderful. And slowly, you will observe the changes that life brings to you. Let me speak something about my journey, right? Like mentioned in my introduction, I was born with a rare genetic disorder called Morque's syndrome. Basically, it's called mucopolysaccharidosis type 4. I know it sounds more like a tongue twister, so I don't use that. So it's a very progressive and a degenerative condition. And Before I was diagnosed with this, my brother, who is 2 years elder to me, he was diagnosed with the same disorder. So it took 2 long years for just to partially suspect that this was a condition. And my childhood was normal. When I say normal, it wasn't there by default, but we as a family made it look normal, right? And there were a lot of things I had to go through in my childhood days. I was the shortest in my class, my physics was different, and I need my mom's help to go to school, to come back from school, and whatnot. But fortunately, I was raised in such a way that I was told to look only at my positives at any given point of time, right? So I started self praising myself. What I used to tell my friends, I said that I get to stand first in the assembly line because I'm the shortest, right? And I said I sit on the first bench because I'm the shortest. And when days passed and I lost my hearing ability, I had to use hearing aids. I said that I have the privilege of saying what I should hear and what I should not hear. Trust me, thank you. This afternoon naps are beautiful. I stay in an apartment where kids play in the afternoon, and I'm very thankful that I use hearing aid because if I take off my hearing aid, even if the world breaks down, I'm not going to wake up. I consider that as a privilege, and I call this as self-acceptance. And with that same self-acceptance itself, I was able to come out of many dark times that I had to went through. Over the years, I slowly started losing my walking ability, my hearing, vision. There were breathing complications, spine issues, and whatnot. I also met with a tragic road accident in the year 2008, which had its own after effects. And because of the underlying condition, I had to undergo a major spine surgery in 2015. I had tons of reasons to give up, to sit and cry, to curse fate, and but I chose otherwise, for which I'm very, very fortunate. And I call that as self-acceptance. With that, I studied hard. I completed my graduation in Bachelor of Engineering in Computer Science, and today I work as a team lead for a reputed multinational company. I won my national award at the age of 14. I'm a national award winner, a singer, host, ramp model, a disability activist, and that's it. Thank you. So if you ask me, how was this possible? Was it easy? I would definitely say no, it was not easy. And I know for a fact that it is not going to be easy. And if you further ask me what made it all possible, I would call that self-acceptance. And now, let us shift our talking to another perspective, okay? Because life is not just about being me. I love myself. I can do everything I want. You can't be that delicate darling, okay? You need to deal with people. So, this is about how do we deal with relationship with others. Just because I love myself, my life, my rules, I can't just walk into Narendra Modi and ask, hey, who is your costume designer? I love myself. I want to get costume design. Or I cannot walk into a cinema hall and say, I can't pay you tickets because I love myself. And most important, because you love yourself, you can't tell back your manager that you're not going to work. Okay? So keep that in mind. And coming back to the topic that we were discussing on, how do we deal with relationship with others? Over the course of life, we tend to meet a lot of people, be it your relationship with your friends, your family, any other relationship for that matter. Again, I repeat, every relationship comes with both joy and heartaches. So we need to be prepared for it. In context to what I'm discussing, let me just present a small story. Many of you might have heard of the name Christopher Reeve. He was playing the title character of the movie Superman and its sequel. So it was May 27, 1995. Reeve's horse made a refusal, okay? So he fell off from his horse. He had a severe spinal cord injury, and he was at the age of 43 when this happened. And all possible treatments were done. He was earning crores together, peak of his career, and then this happened. So all possible treatments were done, and doctors say that there's nothing that can be done. We are very sorry to tell you that you are neck down paralyzed. Okay? So Reeve was devastated to know the fact that he has to spend rest of his life on his wheelchair. And in fact, he decided to end his life. That's when Reeve's wife Donna, she comes to him and say, I know it's a very tragic incident that we did not expect. But please know that you are still you and I still love you. This one sentence, it completely changed Reeves' perception about life. He slowly started accepting himself, and then Reeve and Donna, they together started a foundation, donated crores together for the betterment of, people who are paralyzed like Reeve. Of course, Reeve died in the year 2014, but even today his foundation is working, and Reeve is remembered for all the good works. So this was just a small instance of Thank you. So this was just a small instance of, how acceptance can change one's life. So this was a story that I said, but then I have something very personally connected on this context as well. With that, I would like to invite my brother Jayant on stage, if that is okay.
You want to guys to sing also? 2-3 minutes, please.
Sure, why not? So that's my elder brother Jayant. He works as an assistant manager for another multinational company. So he always says that, I'm a better fortunate one because he being the elder one, he gets to face everything first. And with that experience, we'll be prepared to face everything that is about to bother next. Okay? So why I brought him on the stage was, I was talking about how do we love and accept ourselves, right? When he completed his graduation, he got a job. We were staying in our hometown back then. I was still in my second year of engineering. I still had 2 more years to complete. So, and his job was at Bangalore. Because we are dependent on our mother, she has to take care of both of us. So we didn't have, we couldn't find a way of getting him a job and then getting me someone who can look after me. So he gave up on his job. He waited for 2 years for me to complete my graduation. And then, this is not only him, I also have done some sacrifices. So let me just tell you, when I completed my graduation, I was the first one from my college to get placed. I was holding an offer with me, but at that point, I was looking out for some organization which can offer a job for both of us so that it becomes easy for my mom to take care of both of us. If we work for 2 different organizations, she can't run around, like from here to there and there to here. And my father was still working, so there was no way that he could help us. So,
may we have your parents also here on stage with us, please?
and
Maybe we would love to have them here. I'm sorry to interrupt your flow, but we would
No
want
problem.
them here through this.
But I'm thankful you're calling them on stage because
They would come
whatever
if
we
you
are
call them?
today, it's because of them.
And you know why I've given Jayant that mic, right?
So yeah, these are our pillars. Whatever you see on the front page, Rekha and Jayant, we are nothing without them. And thank you so much for getting them on stage. And like I was saying, I was about to take my credit, You just broke my flow. Yes, I gave up my offer and then I waited again. We waited together to start our career together. And, the offer which I left was a better one, but nothing is more important than, having your family beside. And that's how we accepted ourselves. Point number 1, we accepted ourselves. Point number 2, we accepted each other. Point number 3, we stood together as a family. And that's what life is all about. With that, on a concluding note, I would not want to take much time on emphasizing the same things. Love is a journey that begins with you. Of course, it's often, referred wrongly as having a physical relationship or any other feelings for that matter. But I repeat, the love starts with you. Unless and until you start loving yourself, there is no one that's gonna come on white horse to love yourself. So please love yourself, love people around you, and most importantly, accept people beyond their flaws. I think if I'm here talking today, or any of us, if we are here talking today on the stage, it is because the team Able Aura accepted us beyond our flaws, and we should be very, very thankful for the opportunity. And let me conclude. Please do not stop loving yourself because life is very, very short. Love yourself, love others, keep smiling, and I repeat, please love yourself.
And you know
Thank you
how,
for the opportunity.
and Rekha, do you know how we're going to smile
And
more?
then, sorry, another 10 seconds. Thanks to this man, I totally, I mean, I'm not
Only when
here.
I come on the stage, you get that thing.
No, I saw you. I'm sorry, I
Rekha,
forgot.
Rekha, do you know how we are going to smile more? Do you know how we're going to smile more?
Huh?
How you're going to make us smile more? No. Hang on.
Sorry.
Zia, hang on.
Mashup, please.
A mashup between Giant and you.
Sure,
Please.
sure.
Mash up.
Okay, we are ready. We are ready. So there is a karaoke to be played. Can we play that? There is a karaoke. Can
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, he needs a mic, no? You also need a mic, right?
There's a karaoke track. Give in. Boss, give in.
This is a very much surprise. We are not. I mean, even the karaoke we are searching now. Sorry for the delay.
Give in already. He's got one. Giant, right? I've given him a mic. They're taking a karaoke track on this.
So we are freaking out in finding karaoke. Please bear with us because this was a surprise.
Can't you send it to...
He got it. Your brother or sister? I root for the brother.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just play and go.
Let me enable this.
Yeah.
ಹಲ್ಲು 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 ನನ್ ಮನ್ಸು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಎಲ್ಲು ಕಳೆದೊಯ್ತೆ ಚಮ್ಮಕ್ ಚೆಲ್ಲು ಕೇಳು ಚೆಲ್ಲು 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 ಆ ನಗುವ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಚೆಲ್ಲು ನಾನಾಗ ಐಲು ಪೈಲು ಕೇಳು పెదవే పలికిన మాటల్లోని తీయని మాటే అమ్మ కదిలే దేవత అమ్మ కంటికి వెలుగమ్మ ఏదో குவியமில ஒரு கச்சிப்பேடை ஓ உருவமில நாளே ஏதோ என்ன सोना क्यों रब ने बनाया என்ன सोना क्यों रब ने बनाया आवा जावा ते में यारा नु मनावा आवा जावा ते में यारा नु मनावा ಕನಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅರೆರೆರೆ ಬಳಿ ಬಂದು ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೆ ಮುದ್ದಾಡಿ ಅಯ್ಯಯ್ಯಯ್ಯೋ ಕಚ್ಚಗುಳಿತಾಳಲಾರೆ ಬೆಳಗೆದ್ದು ಯಾರ ಮುಖವ ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದೆ ಅಂದಾನೋ ಅದೃಷ್ಟನೋ ಮುಂದೆ ಕುಂತಿದೆ ఓ మధు నా మనసు నాది కాదు ఓ మధు నా మనసు నాలో లేదు ఊర్వశి టేక్ ఇట్ ఈజీ ఊర్వశి ಊಸುಪೋಲ ಒಡಮರಿಂದ ತೇವೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಫಾರ್ಮಸಿ ತೂ ಚೀಸು ಬಡಿ ಹೈ ಮಸ್ತ್ ಮಸ್ತ್ ತೂ ಚೀಸು ಬಡಿ ಹೈ ಮಸ್ತ್ तू चीज बड़ी है मस्त मस्त तू चीज बड़ी है मस्त ನಿನ್ನ ಪೂಜೆಗೆ ಬಂದೆ ಮಾದೇಶ್ವರ ಎನ್ನ ಕರುಣದಿ ಕಾಯೋ ಮಾದೇಶ್ವರ ಅಮ್ಮಾಯೇ ಸನ್ನಗ ಅರೆ ನವ್ವಗ ಮತಿ ತಪ್ಪಿ ಕುರ್ರಾಳೆ ಮಂಚಾನ ಪಡ್ಡಾರೆ வெண்ணிலவே வினை தாண்டி வருவாயா விளையாட ஜோடி தேவே क्योंकि तुम ही हो अब तुम ही हो जिंदगी अब तुम ही हो ओ चैन भी मेरा दर्द भी मेरी आशिकी अब तुम ही हो Thank you.
Thank you. And that is exactly what we are getting here. Being inspired by people from so many different walks of life, with so many challenges, varied disabilities, and various qualities of enablement, both for self and for others. And awesome special moms. Thank you. Our next speaker today wears many, many hats. She's a computer science engineer. She's a singer. She's a host. She's a ramp model. She's participated in various TV shows. She was diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder, but she too broke every limitation of this and serves as an inspiration to so many. And that's the reason why she's here with us. And because she motivates each and every one with similar and or dissimilar situations to fight and win, not despite it all, with it all. Let's have with us Ms. Rekha K Gowda. And I heard you did a great mashup the other day. That's what
We
Bala
did.
told me in secret.
We did.
Yes. And to present her with our mementos of love and Dore Foundation's exquisite works of art, I would call on Bala, but then Bala is already here, so I will not call on him. But I will also call on Thiru P. Chandrasekhar, our chartered accountant, who is the Honorary Secretary of the Tamil Nadu branch of the National Association for the Blind. And he has devoted his life for the empowerment of those who are
Very glad to
visually
meet you.
impaired.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Ms. Gowda, I must tell you, I got very excited when I read your name because the protagonist in my novel, her name is Zoe Gowda. Huh.
So we have something to talk about after the event. sir.
Exactly, we do. The floor is all yours.
Thank you so much.
Seema took her child to the clinic for her child's therapy after saving money for the treatment for months. As the receptionist provides the charts of fees to Seema and explained to her the fee structure, she realized that the money she had saved for months for the medical care of her child isn't enough. This broke her heart. Disappointed, Seema left the clinic with her child, while the child was wondering what had happened. As they say, friends in need are friends indeed. Thus, some neighbors and friends informed Seema about Make-A-Wish campaign by Able Aura, and there she saw hope. Seema had rested all her hopes on Able Aura. One fine morning her wish comes true, and Seema got her child's therapy done at the same clinic. Samuel, the person who donated for the medical expenses for Seema's child, was there to greet her and wish her all the best. He greeted her warmly and wished her all the best. Seema was overjoyed and thanked him from the bottom of her heart. Samuel further asked Seema if she wanted to know who was behind this Give-A-Wish campaign, and introduced her to the businesswoman. Give-A-Wish and enable people with disabilities.